Hello, living in Boulder vlog. 26th. I can't remember. I should have looked first. So yesterday, I went, went into the store and bought new door handles because we wanted to. The roommate wanted to have a lock, so decided to get a lock for the door and lock for my room. But it was the wrong design, so I spent all this time trying to drill the hole and make it fit and stuff. But then it wouldn't lock on the door for some reason. I don't even understand why, because it appears to go in all the way, but then when you push a little bit, it just pops in. So my mom wants me to consult the new roommate. He was gonna move in yesterday, but decided he was gonna do it today. And then I'll take it in and see if I can replace it for something that's designed, I guess, for that type of door. I don't know. I don't even know why it doesn't lock. But that kind of took a while. And then my mom came over. Yeah, it was. But then I think I got up to kind of like a late start. Because that was supposed to be my last night here. I think I drank somewhere. I'm not going to do that again. I was doing that too many days in a row. I normally don't do that. It's usually once every couple months that I do that. We'll get a beer. But, yeah, but then my rugs came in. I ordered some rugs. And to try to have green floor, because the other day I just thought to myself, because I was putting green screens on my floor, but it wasn't working very well because they're really thin and they would get bunched up, so I figured, well, why don't we just get green rug. So I typed it on Amazon, and lo and behold, there were these rugs that were perfectly green, like the same green as green screen green. So yesterday they came in the mail, and so that's what I did last night. But during the day also, I got an email that my transaction for my these two memory cards I needed to use for these replacement memory cards was $300 for my HyperDeck. Got declined. I thought that when you make an order on Amazon, that's when you pay for it. That's when they take the money out of your card. But as it turns out, they take the money out of your card when it's shipped. And so I guess they went to ship it, even though it was going to be here on the 31st. Maybe it takes a week to get here, but they went to ship it yesterday, and I had already used up all of my credit on my Amazon card, which was $7,000. I used $7,000 on Amazon, $4,500 on my Wells Fargo Visa, and then another $2,500 at least on my Best Buy, setting up my studio. So I called, and I figured out what was going on. So then I kind of decided I would try one more time to see if I could get those other cards. So I called my mom, and she's gonna come over here, I guess, anyway. So she came over and brought my card back. So I was gonna see if I could get it to work again. So last night I worked until 3 a.m. installing the rugs. I wanted to go ahead and do that before the roommate moves in, so I wouldn't, get in his way. I had to take everything out of my room, except for, everything that would fit. I didn't take my swim machine because that doesn't fit, I don't think, because I installed it in there. didn't take my treadmill out or the weight rack. So I had to shuffle that stuff around my room. But I took everything else out. And I have a big rug in there. I decided to keep the rug in. I was going to take it out, but my mom said maybe you should just keep it in. They would fit better if I don't put the rug in. It would buckle less, but I decided to keep the rug in just for make it cushier, softer. So I placed all of the different. I got 9 5.5 by 4 foot rugs, and placed them 3 across and 3 down, and placed them on top of each other and underneath, the stand for my stereo, subwoofer. Underneath my chest, my bookshelf. I had to lift that up and pull it under, and then I couldn't get it under my bike table, but unless I had someone else here to help me, but I didn't have anybody help me, so I thought to myself, well, just put the rug over the top of the slats. It actually looks better that way. So I had to cut it and then sew it together again on the other side, and yeah, it looks good. And I did the same thing with my with the bench rack, weightlifting rack. I put the rug over next to it, and then I sliced it down, and then so it could go around, and then sewed it back together, and then I had to chop bits of it off in 2 places to go around my chest, and so yeah, that looks really good. In fact, when I was done and I'm looking at it in the light, I was like, I felt like there was this new energy in my room. I was like, it gave me energy. It looked better because now it's all color coded, and it's the soft rug over everything. So I got excited about that. And yeah, put everything back in. I noticed on Amazon, man, I should have had a coffee before this. I'm yawning my ass off. I noticed on Amazon, they have these, because I have these pads, these workout pads that I've had for a long time, that I can use like when I stretch in my room. They're like sticky pads, they're like this thick, the kinds that stick together, piece together like puzzles. I can, I have them underneath my rack for where I stretch, and also like if I for squatting in my barefoot whenever I get around to doing that. And then I have one underneath the bike rollers, or the trainers, the Wahoo trainer. I can just use that, pull that, and drag the bike around, back under the table and then back out. Easier that way, because the Wahoo trainer, it folds, for, I guess, to make it portable. So whenever I pull it on one side, I have to pull it on one side so that it doesn't like close on me, and it's just not as easy to pull it around when it's not on the cushion. But the reason that I got the cushion though too, because then I have one in the front that I put in the little holder for my front wheel, is just for vibration, so there's less vibration, because my neighbor downstairs likes to complain. They complain twice, but they complain, because I was doing it after 10, but I didn't even know they could hear me riding my bike, so it serves 2 functions, making it easier to drag the bike around, and also for less vibration, but also it's nice to have my foot on that, because when I'm barefoot, to have on that really soft, rubber pad. So, but I noticed on Amazon that they sell those in green screen as well. Green. So I'm not going to buy that now because I can't. I don't have the money, but like I don't even have the credit for it. But yeah, it's a good thing to keep in mind, because I'm trying to go for this effect where you can totally green screen out the floor. So yeah, I was done with that, and then I decided to do the final thing, which was to convert some images. a video. I made sure that the codec on my HyperDeck is set to ProRes 422. That's the one that they recommend to set it to. That's the best. And then I went on on Premiere Pro and made sure that it was ProRes 422, and it was already set to ProRes Pro 22 High Res, or HQ. And maybe that's what the problem was. Maybe that's why it didn't work. So I switched it just to ProRes 422, and I sent it through, drug it onto the card, plugged the card into the HyperDeck, and guess what happened? Boom, it was there. So I was like, yes. So actually, that was actually a blessing that I couldn't afford, because I didn't need to buy them anyway. So I called my mom called me today. I woke up at like 11:30, and I was like, yeah, it works out. So just give me the other card. So so yeah, I'm back in business. And I plugged in I turned on my monitor for it too, because I bought a monitor for the HyperDeck, because I saw a tutorial. What's this guy? Keith Bennett. He's the #1 go-to guy for all the tutorials for the HyperDeck. But he has his HyperDeck attached to a monitor. Even though the HyperDeck comes with a small monitor, it's maybe like a little less than half the size of the screen on a cell phone. And you can even see it on the multi-view too. But yeah, my monitor, I turned on the monitor and I connected to the monitor too. So yeah, I got to a new level on that. So what I'm gonna do today is I got the return slip from Elgato, because they sent me a bad Elgato Stream Deck, but they're gonna replace it. So I got the thing. So I'm gonna take take it down to the UPS store now, and have that sent back in. I have to go to open my computer and print the slip that they sent me with the numbers and everything, the code, and return code, and print it up. Hopefully there's still ink in my printer. Ink likes to dry. And retrieve the power cable. They want the power cable back for some reason. When you buy stuff from Blackmagic, they don't even send it with a power cable. But so that's a little bit of a pain, because I spent all this time, doing it through the zip ties. I might have to snip a bunch of zip ties, because a bunch of the cables are put together. But I'm getting new zip ties in the mail. I ordered zip ties along with my rugs, because I figured that would be the best way, the quickest way to attach the rugs. I have to attach all 9 rugs. Last night, part of the reason why it took me forever until 3 in the morning to install my rugs is because it's 9 of them on the room, and I don't want them to buckle around. It's meant to be perfect, so I need to have it like it's one big carpet over my room. That's what it looks like. So I didn't have the zip ties, because the zip ties never came in the mail. It showed that they came, but I checked my mail, post box. I checked, in front of my room, in front of the building. The person didn't leave a picture of it when they left it, because it was only $5. But and I thought, I could have sworn they said it would come. They gave me the option to have it sent. Sometimes they do that with Amazon. They give, if you order a bunch of stuff at the same time, they give you the option to have it sent in the same box, just to make stuff simpler and less waste. And I thought I clicked that option. It was the default option, but they ended up sending it on its own, and like somebody stole it. Somebody in my building stole my zip ties. So I called them, and they're going to replace me with more zip ties. I saw the email today that they're going to give me more zip ties. So I'll do that. I'll finish that when I get them. But so last night, because I wanted to do it, get that over with, I was just sewing them together with string. I'd punch a hole through them, and then send the string through and tie the string a bunch of times. And I thought to myself, maybe that's better anyway than zip ties, because it's less intrusive. It's softer, on the touch when you're walking around barefoot. But But you can't. A lot of those rugs, they overlap by a lot, so you can't send it through the bottom layer. So then I thought maybe I even asked my mom if she had it. You could just sew it with regular, like sewing string, whatever the thickest sewing string you can get with the hooked sewing needles. But maybe you could also do it with the zip ties. I'm gonna just see if you can do it with zip ties, because you can bend zip ties to have a bend to them. So yeah, just do that over and make sure that the knob to the zip ties is on the bottom. It's not going to work if it's on the top, because it would hurt the hell out of your feet when you step on them. But that would be the quickest way to attach those. And then if I have a bunch of extra zip ties, I can then go and just look around my whole room and make sure all of the cables are really tight. I ran out of zip ties and I didn't buy more, because for a while even though they're cheap, I had wire and I was just twisting wire around to get the cables in. But zip ties are better because you can, I don't even have a wire cutter. I need to buy a wire cutter, because with scissors you can just cut them off, and if you have to remove a cable. But so that's what I'm going to do now. I'm going to go and remove the power cable, print the return slip, and then go down to UPS and have this Stream Deck returned, and then come back here and yeah, I can finally get going on my studio and figure out all the ins and the outs and program the green screen with all the different keys and everything. I'm still a beginner with that, so I was watching the tutorials before, but now I have to kind of learn it again on the experimental level. So going kind of slowly, but I'm glad that I did everything. I was thorough with the setting up the studio. Now I have a green floor. Who do you know has a green floor in their studio? I have green everything all around. So now I can, yeah, do whatever. Like, I can be in there like swimming on the ocean, rowing on the ocean, running on the treadmill in the mountains, or wherever I want, on the battlefield, weightlifting, and inside of the temple with the stone floor, the mosaic floor. So yeah, I'm looking forward to see how that works. I haven't actually done the key last night to just see how well it all works, but that's what I'm going to do today when I get back from the post office. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I might have a little bit of breakfast first, cook up some oatmeal, and then yeah, ride my bike really quickly down to UPS store, and then come back here, and I'll be back working away on my studio. Alrighty, talk to you tomorrow. I was coming in the door yesterday, and this woman who lives in the building, this older woman, she's like, "Oh, hi, how is your studio going?" So it's kind of funny. Somebody in my building watches my vlogs. Alrighty, talk to you tomorrow.